we are in the epitome of summer right now. By the way, summertime is definitely a state of mind. There's been years in the past that summer goes by and I'm like, that didn't even feel like summer, you know? So this time I encourage you guys to be more intentional about waking up and recognizing that it is summer and there is summer things to do, like getting some more fresh air, more sunshine, more daily walks, doing fun activities with your children. Creating a bucket list is also really fun and just checking it out. You don't have to do everything on the bucket list, but it gives you some really fun ideas to do with your kids and they come up with the best ideas. So I highly encourage that. And also a little mom tip that I just want to add in today's video, because a lot of us have more than one child and sometimes the oldest tends to get a little bit more jealous of the younger one. And one thing that we love to do is plan out individual dates. So taking our kids individually to places that you're both going to enjoy is such a great bonding experience. And our children, more than anything, they want love, attention, and presence. And so oftentimes when we're so busy doing all the things that we have to do and our children are just on the devices or playing video games, even though they're in the same room as us, it's not the same thing as quality time. So it's a really fun way to just bond with your boys or with your girls, with your children. I recently took my little one, my toddler, to a Color Me Mine mother and son date and it was so much fun. And then I took my oldest one on a mother and son date to watch the movie Inside Out 2. So today's video is going to be all about our 6-month glow up plan. We are in July and so I created a plan for us to elevate ourselves and to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone, because we cannot change and evolve when we're feeling comfortable and we are always following the same patterns and routines. So if we want to continue to evolve and elevate, we have to have a plan in action. And so I want to share with you guys some things that are going to help you transform your life and become unrecognizable within the next 6 months. You won't even recognize yourself if you follow this plan. I'm gonna be doing this plan myself. I'm not just sitting here and telling people like what to do or what they need to do. No, this is collectively as a community. So make sure you follow me on social media, Instagram for sure. I'll link everything down below. You can also sign up for my newsletter where I will email all the details of our 6-month glow up plan to become that woman unrecognizable. So I will leave the link so you can sign up for the newsletter. And also if you've been wanting to attend any of my women's circles and events, you're gonna be the first to know. So my newsletter community, it is definitely the first to know about anything that I have going on. I also have a workbook that I created that is going to help you reflect on your past 6 months and how to like really develop a plan so you can crush all of your goals and turn your dreams into a reality. So these are all free things that I love to offer for you guys if you follow and sign up for my newsletter. Number one thing we have to focus on, consistency. Consistency is key. Today's video is also going to be very top level. We're not going to dive into like every little element. So I just wanted to touch on the most important things that are really going to transform our life: mind, body, spirit, soul, right? So like a holistic approach and not just one way, because I truly believe that success, and of course you can define it however you define success, but for me it's having a high quality of life in every area of my life, right? Not being super mega successful and making a lot of money and then not being healthy or not spending time with my family. Like, I wouldn't consider that a healthy life. So let's begin with our body, yada yada, our beautiful vessel that carries our soul, right? So treating it with love and respect, of course. That means we take care of our hair, our skin, our eyes, our teeth, our toes, our nails. We get a mani and a pedi once in a while. We exfoliate to remove dead skin cells. We nourish with beautiful oils to replenish any moisture to the skin. We wear sunscreen. We make sure that we moisturize our feet so they're not cracked or, not good looking. And those kind of things, like maybe getting a facial once in a while, getting your eyebrows done if that's something that you love doing. And even a mani and a pedi doesn't have to be like this expensive thing. I was just thinking, because I need to get one myself, like I was thinking about going this morning. It also means taking care of our internal body. Our organs are so important, and we have to start putting a plan into action right now, especially us women in our late 20s, in our 30s. Hormones are such a big deal, and I've been noticing a disharmony within my body when it comes to my hormones. And my mom's going through menopause, and so she's going through all of these hormonal changes, and young women going through their puberty. Like, there's so many changes happening within our body as women that we have to pay so much attention to our hormones and get that squared away, because we have to prevent and make sure that we live our menopause years in the best healthy capacity, right? Not waiting until our symptoms of inflammation become chronic, and then it's not too late, but it's more challenging to reverse the damage that has been caused by the disharmonies and inflammation within our body that were caused in our 20s and our 30s when we weren't paying attention. So honestly, taking care of our inner body is the most important thing, and it's the number one reason why I wanted to become a health coach, because I wanted to help myself and empower myself as a human, and I want to help other women who are going through the same journey to feel happy and healthy from the inside out. That is my mission with my brand and with what I'm doing here on the internet moving forward. And so making sure that we're eating clean foods, going to the farmer's market a lot more, eating seasonal foods keep us in harmony also, enjoying the watermelon, the berries, making recipes and getting creative, and not sticking to the same old processed, heavy, fat, saturated, high in calories, empty nutrients type of meals that we might be accustomed to. We can change the way that we eat, because inflammation starts at the fork. Drinking lots of water, get yourself a Stanley cup or one of those water bottles. So hydration is really important. Also get some blood work done so you know what supplements you need to start taking. I think it's important to know that you can't just start taking random supplements just because you think this is what you need. Sometimes you might be having the highest clean diet, but you don't even know that you're struggling with celiac disease and you're not absorbing the right nutrients. So getting the proper blood work done is essential to living a healthy life, so you know what type of diet you need to implement, what type of supplements you need to start taking in accordance to your own individual needs. Not what I'm recommending or anybody else, but what you need specifically so you feel and look your best. Now let's move on to our mind. Let's focus on this malleable, changeable organ that we have in here. The Summer Glow Up Plan is all about pushing ourselves and knowing that growth does not happen in comfort zones. I want you to think about one habit, one activity, one hobby that you can start to adapt that scares you a little bit or a lot of bit, and I want you to commit to showing up. Whether that be joining a dojo, training in martial arts, joining a jiu-jitsu program and wrestling and learning how to defend yourself against people and intruders, which, by the way, I think it's so important as women for us to know how to defend ourselves in this crazy ass world. What I want more than anything is to push myself outside of my comfort zone and to develop more mental strength, because that's what's going to take for us to continue to push through life when things get really challenging. Next, we're gonna start waking up early. Now, I know this doesn't apply to everybody because we're not all in the same season of life, but this definitely applies to women who have dreams and who wanna make things happen, who have an idea and they wanna bring it out into the world, whatever that might be. The one thing that's going to be required from us is discipline and showing up. Not motivation, because motivation is fleeting. It's an emotion that comes and goes. We need to be able to show up when we don't feel like it. There's definitely definitely seasons where I feel a sense of urgency and a sense of discipline, and it's when I'm going through a shift and a change. And once that shift and change happens, then I'm able to kind of coast a little bit more, sleep in if I want to, and not be so rigid with my schedule. So it's about knowing when to exert that type of energy, right? The masculine, the feminine is what people talk about, and having a balance and honoring what season of your life you're currently in. I find myself right now in the very driven masculine side of it, my energy, and it doesn't have to be for long spans of time. It could be also for maybe like 2 weeks, but being consistent and showing up for ourselves so we can start to plant the seeds. That's what we're doing, is planting all of the seeds so that we can reap the rewards in the future. It is inevitable that you will reap the rewards if you show up and you plant the seeds. Like, there's no other way around it. The only way that it won't happen is if you don't show up and you quit. The next tip is continuous learning, signing up for those courses, reading that book, going back to college, getting that certification. Always maintaining a mindset of a student is so powerful when it comes to self-development, because you'll always continue to learn and to grow. If you learn, you grow. If you don't learn anything, you remain stagnant, you fall behind, and things perish. So it is imperative that you are always learning. You don't have to go the traditional route of either college or, signing up for courses and getting a certification. I personally enjoy the structure of courses and the process of getting a certification, but you don't have to do that. You can learn for fun. You can read something that really interests you, but always having the mindset of a student and always seeking opportunities to learn and to grow and to better yourself as a content creator, as a mother, as a wife, as a business owner, and whatever you do is definitely the way to go. And last but not least, let's focus on our spiritual side of ourselves, right? We focus on the mind, we focus on the body. How are we gonna glow up our spirit? There's simple things. I think definitely something that's so important is spiritual discipline, which means staying committed to showing up to connect with the Lord. And I talk about God because God is my everything, and I was very reserved in the past when it came to talking about God, because you don't really want to talk about religion and things like that on a public platform. I didn't want to alienate anybody, but at the same time, I want to draw closer people who love the Lord, and I want to target those people. I want to have connections with those people because the friends that I have are all God-centered relationships. And so spiritual practices early in the morning are something that is so important, so we remain grounded. And so we know that ultimately, as much as we're doing to make things happen in this physical reality, we know that God is in control, and we can have peace of mind knowing that we can do our best, but God is really the one maneuvering everything in the background and really making things happen and, giving us those beautiful God wink moments. So for me, that would be making sure that I wake up at 5 so I can meditate and go within and make my connection, prayer time, praying for our friends or family, extra prayers for the ones that need it the most, making sure that we're also attending fellowship, right? Whether that be through church or through other spiritual mediums, but gathering with like-minded individuals so you guys can talk about God, talk about spirituality, talk about the soul, things that really nurture you and give you so much inner peace and strength. So that's really important. Meditation for me has been the center and the catalyst for my relationship with the Creator. And it's also allowed me to remain calm and centered throughout my day so that everything that I'm doing and all of these goals that I'm achieving don't seem like an overwhelming task. Instead, they feel like I can do all of this with ease. Spending more time in nature. I don't know what it is about nature, maybe because nature is God also, right? But I feel so much spiritual fulfillment when I'm in nature, so I love going on morning walks all of the time. And one thing that I didn't talk when it comes to the body is making sure that we're also spending time moving our body. That is definitely like a major glow up tip. If you're stagnant, you're not going to be moving energy out throughout your body, and also your muscles and your bones are going to start to deteriorate. So it is vital that we find movement that feels wonderful to our body, and also incorporating weight training a few times a week, because we have to make sure that our bones are strong. So when we get older and we fall, we don't break a bone, or if we are in an accident, God forbid, we don't break something as easily because we have stronger bones, right? We're stronger. So that's really gonna help out a lot. You can do yoga also, of course. You can do stretching, you can do dancing. You can just go for a walk every single day. If you wanna join us, we are doing the Hot Girl Summer Walking Challenge for the rest of summer, okay? We're doing this for all summer long, and we're walking 10,000 steps a day outside. It is gonna be incredible for your mind, body, spirit, and soul. So join us. Dreaming big is so important for our soul. When we're connecting within, we are realizing that we are limitless, and that the only limits that we have are the ones that we are placing on ourselves. As cliche as that sounds, it's so true though. Because sometimes, I want you to write down something that really does seem unimaginable for you in your journal. What is that one thing that you want to bring into the world, that you are like, how am I gonna make this happen? Don't set any limitations. How would that look for you? Journal and think about it. Do not set any limitations. No money, no time, no place, nothing is gonna hold you back from achieving this dream. What is it? How would it look? How would it feel? Like I said, I have so many more details and anecdotes from like all of these tips. Of course, we didn't really talk about fashion, which is also like, come on, we're glowing up, so we're gonna dress differently. Clothing is such an important thing also, because we wanna show up to the world as the version that we wanna present ourselves as, right? So we're not living in that mentality of like, I don't care what people think about me, so why am I gonna do my hair? Why am I gonna put on makeup? Like, why am I gonna get my nails done or put a cute outfit together? Like, I really don't care what you think about me. It's not about what people think. We're not focused on anybody. We're doing this for ourselves, because it has been shown that if you dress up, if you put effort into your outfit, into your hair, your makeup, you feel better. So even if you're just working from home, get a cute get a cute dress or a little romper, or put something beautiful, put some jewelry on, brush your hair, brush your teeth, put some mascara on, a little bit of blush. Make sure you wear your sunscreen every single day, even if you're indoors. Things like that are acts of self-love. Like, you love your body. When we're going into the spiritual journey, there's a lot of emphasis on just the internal. And so anytime that we think about the external makeup, fashion, hair, we're like, that is so materialistic and like egotistical, and like, we're trying to get away from that. No, we live in this body. So we have to be our best self. So for my hot girl walks, instead of going all ratchet without makeup and like the old outfits, like just old clothes that just feels comfortable, that I used to wear all the time, I throw on a super cute hot girl walk outfit that makes me feel confident. And because I work out, because I lift weights, because I go on my walks, I feel more confident in my body to wear little shorts and tight t-shirts and like show more skin, as opposed to when I'm not. I just want to cover myself up. So it definitely does boost your confidence, and you are worthy of looking and feeling your absolute best. And also, you got to look your best because you are in preparation mode, right? So you don't know when that opportunity is going to come knocking down the door, and you got to present the part internally and externally. It has to be a one beautiful, cohesive glow up. So I just want to remind you guys, let's start waking up early in the morning. We are going to remain consistent and disciplined when it comes to this glow up, because no one is going to do this glow up for us. No one's going to transform and evolve us. Like, we are going to do the work, and we can also speed up the process. We don't have to wait for something drastic to happen in our lives for us to experience the shift that we're looking for. We can take action every single day, and let me tell you, you will not recognize yourself. If you're lacking self-love, self-esteem, self-confidence, let me just tell you, if you focus on this and all of these different aspects, you will feel a lot better about yourself. the self-love, the self-esteem, self-confidence, the courage, all of that is just going to start to rise to the surface, and you will not recognize who you are. Other people will not recognize. Relationships that are not good for you are going to start to fall apart because you know your value, you know your worth, and you know what type of energy and people actually deserve your presence. All right, so I'm telling you from experience, I'm speaking from experience. So with that being said, make sure you sign up for our newsletter. I'll link it down below so you can get the full outline of our 6-month glow up plan, and of course other things that I will be sharing with the community. So thank you all so much for sticking around this long video. I just had so much to share with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like this video, leave a comment, interact, engage with the community down below, and I will see you on our next video. Have a blessed and beautiful day.